Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video this morning on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. This last 1.5 hours we've actually had some high selling volume unfortunately, but ultimately that was to be expected. I mean, Bitcoin right now it's just moving within a range, right? So yesterday Bitcoin was at the bottom of the range right here towards 101,700. I still hoped for a move down lower to potentially buy some or long some Bitcoin, but we didn't. But ultimately, the range is holding beautifully, right? So after hitting the top of the range overnight in the Asian session, with also some decent volume coming in, but especially yesterday in the US session, of course, we had a lot of volume. After hitting the top, the value area high right here at 104,200, we're dropping down now, all right? So that's to be expected, and ultimately, at some point of time, we are going to break out, but at this point of time, I also don't necessarily expect a breakout, right? I mean, when we're talking about a potential bearish breakout, I would say we need some fundamental pressure pushing Bitcoin down as well, which is a possibility. But if you take a look at the stock market right now, that's still bullish, right? And the volatility index is dropping down. Gold also dropped down, so more stability in the market. So therefore, you know, could we push down to the bottom of the range again towards 102,000, 101,000, where every move below 101,000 without bearish news, in my opinion, is a buy. Like, is that a possibility? Certainly, and that's also in line with the structure, right? After hitting the top of the range, it is most likely that we'll drop down to the bottom of the range. So that's certainly true. However, I don't see any reason why we would drop down below that. And I would even go as far as saying, judging based on the fundamentals, like I said, with bullish equities, at least in the pre-market today, but also with the Coinbase Bitcoin premium, for example, still being at a premium, instead of a discount, which is also a possibility. I would say fundamentally it's more likely that Bitcoin is actually going for a bullish breakout, right? And that's 100% in line with what I've said for the last week, right? So in that sense, not much has changed. Can we reach 104, 105, or 105, 106,000, which would be the next price target here? Can we reach that soon? Yes, but then at this point of time, we are at a crucial support level, right? Because you can see that the POC, the point of control, is at that area at 103,500, right? So if we want to, if we want to do something like this, right, and we want to get up to that level from the current areas, what I would say is that we need to hold at least 103,200, all right? So if we're able to hold that, if we're able to find some balance on top of that, then I think we can move into that level from here. I would say, given the structure right now, that it is a little bit more likely, or at least it's better to assume that's not going to happen. Well, great talking this morning, but that's not going to happen, and that, you know, we might bounce from here. But ultimately, we will revisit the value area low, at least at 102,600, potentially with a move down lower, even though I would say that that level right here at 102.5 thousand seems to be strong enough in my eyes to give us some support, and another bounce into 104,000. But if a breakout is coming closer, if there's some fundamentals I think you need to know about, I'll be the first to tell you, but honestly, this is it, right? Keep your eyes on those outer edges. So then to the upside, that's 104.2. To the downside, that's 101,600. If we get some real volume, and if we get a high time frame close above or below those levels, then we might have a breakout. But at this point of time, judging from the volume, judging from the fundamentals, judging from the technicals, a breakout, unfortunately, is not most likely. All right, but that is also essential to know when talking about the markets right now. Like I said, we have a chance to get a bullish breakout as long as we hold 103.2 right here. But with the current bearish pressure, that seems unlikely. So those are my thoughts. Hopefully it helps. It's very much still similar to what we said yesterday, but yesterday hopefully it did help, right? Because there was quite a bit of fear again in the markets yesterday, very quickly, and we always said, you know, it's probably going to hold. So hopefully that helped. But for now, that's it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in more Bitcoin videos. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.